Sir, I think it's empty. Okay, right there, but anyone here from boards and committees? Our agenda items this evening would be a public hearing for petition vacating an undeveloped alley which lies in the west Wetumpka with boundaries of original lot 184. And so we'll be holding that public hearing. Old business this evening will be a resolution 2020-5-18-1 of vacating an undeveloped alley which lies in west Wetumpka within the boundary of original lot 184. And then under new business this evening, permission to enter into agreement with Goodman Mills and Kaywood for engineering services for ALDOT PE project number STPMN-2620 for intersection improvements with the roundabout at Orline Street and Company Street. This is something that we was in together as one project, and when we divided the project, it's just got to be put back together. All the engineering, everything was done at that particular time, but we have to put the project back together. Most of the work has already been done, but that is the next phase of the downtown redevelopment that we'll be entering into. And then item 3 would be award demolition bid for CDBG grant to the lowest bidder, and that was Cahaba Disaster, and issued notice to proceed with the demolition. And then item 4 would be permission to lease the plot for the development services and economic development, and that would be in the administrative building where that would be housed. Very much needed, so it's better for us to lease that than it is to try to purchase the plot. And who will have the information on that? Yeah. Justin, you have that too? Okay. When we get to that, they may want you to speak to that. So we'll call the council meeting to order. Invocation will be given by Councilperson Robbins, and the pledge will be given by Councilperson Justin.
Right, God, we thank you for all the blessings you've given to us each day, God. Be with our first responders and all the people out there working on the front lines to keep this virus under control. God, be with the governor, the president, all the officials who are making the necessary calls. Just give them wisdom and to make those decisions and do what's best. Protect the people out there working. Thank you for the people in our city who are out there working, and we ask that you just place your hand on them and keep them safe. In Christ's name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilmember Robbins.
Here.
Councilmember Washington.
Here.
Councilmember Justice.
Here.
Councilmember Gant.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Mayor Willis.
Here. You received in your packet a copy of the minutes from the council meeting held on May 4th, 2020. Any corrections to be made to those minutes? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. Thank you for that. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, those minutes have been approved. Public hearing this evening for a petition to vacate an undeveloped alley which lies in west Wetumpka within the boundaries of original lot 184. Anyone here to speak in favor of this petition?
Yes, sir. I'm here to speak in favor of the petition.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Well, each of you been supplied a photograph or a survey or tax map showing the alley. This is over in the Presbyterian Church lot from North Bridge Street all the way over to Alabama Street. Looking at the map, you can see that some of the alleyway, the public alleyway, actually goes through the middle of some of the buildings, including the church building and Freedom House. So I'm here on behalf of several of the residents, or all of the residents in that block, to speak in favor of vacating the alley. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions? Anyone here to speak against this? Okay, no one. Thank you, Judge. Public hearing being held, we'll move on now to old business, which the first thing would be resolution 2020-5-18-1, vacating an undeveloped alley which lies in West Wetumpka within the boundaries of original lot 184. Do we have a motion to proceed?
So moved.
Thank you for the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you for that second. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So that too has been approved. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Under new business this evening, permission to enter into agreement with Goodman Mills and Kaywood for engineering services for AlDOT PE project number STPMN-2620 for the intersection improvements with a roundabout at Orline Street and Covington Street. Do we have a motion to move forward? So moved. Thank you for the motion. Thank you for the second. Any discussion on this?
Mayor, I have questions
Yes, sir.
concerning this. I'm looking at page 1 of 8. My first question would be, for this cause, where does the money come from? What account would it be?
I can't understand you.
Okay. The money for this project, what account will it be coming from?
Okay,
For this.
this will be coming out of the CDBG grant.
This is the same grant that we already have, or we have to get another CD?
Well, the first one, that's the reason we divided the project. So this is another, the money is there, the money has been approved for this. It's just a matter of getting the engineering and everything correct. It's in the TIP program of the MPO.
So the money is there, what is it, 85,000? Or is that figure out something here?
Justin, did you got all that?
Yes, sir. The current engineering budget that we have for the project, that was slated for the project, that was approved by AlDOT and was $232,980. This contract will be for $85,570, and this will be for final engineering and surveying for the project to get it to construction, to bid.
Now, so in doing that, I'm looking at, on page 2 of 8, 1.10. You want to talk, what's your name?
Just
Talk to me on that one.
so 8M stormwater permit.
Yes,
Okay, that is required per AlDOT standards to be completed and submitted, prior to construction beginning, prior to disturbance of any land.
all right, let's go to 1.8 on the same page and explain that to 1.4, top of page 2 of 8. Primary
1.4?
design, yes, sir. Primary design page,
Preliminary design.
okay?
The preliminary design for this project has already been completed.
This is complete.
The preliminary design. This contract will be to enter into the final design. So they're proposing to take the preliminary design that's already been completed and take that to final design.
Okay, let's go there. Not needed, not needed. 1.11, same page. I'll let you talk to me.
There are current utility conflicts with the project, so they would be identifying and preparing the proper documents to make the changes for that. For example, moving power poles if needed, rerouting stormwater infrastructure as part of underground storm sewer systems and that kind of stuff for the project.
We just entered into a lawsuit with Alabama Power pertaining to this. So now you're coming up again talking about a possibility of moving power pole again.
These were poles that were outside of this project. In this particular project in the roundabout, I can't remember, is it 6 poles? I think there's 6 poles that have to be relocated. That has to be done. The power company would be required to do that.
Yes, and not all of them are power company poles. Some of them are utility poles.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 6 poles that need to be removed. Is that, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
That need to be moved. With this 85 that we're talking now, is that gonna be enough money to pay for moving these poles?
They have to move those poles themselves. We're not required to pay for moving those poles. They are in this project.
Who is they there?
The power company, whoever the poles belong to.
Okay, so the power company be responsible for the poles.
No, sir, I'm not saying the power company is responsible for all of them. You want to speak to it, Virginia?
Well, they're different companies that have different poles out there.
Okay.
Some of them could be the cable, could be the electric utilities. But this project is just for the engineering work to identify and establish the paperwork that needs to be done to get the things moved. The individual utilities are required, if it's in direct conflict with where the new pavement's going and the sidewalk, then they're required to remove these themselves. But we have to go through this process of identifying and submitting the proper paperwork in order to get that done. And this whole project is just doing the engineering for that. It's not actually moving anything.
Okay, I understand that,
Okay.
but I understand what's gonna come back, what's been coming back all along. We need some money to do this for downtown. And on the west side of town, can't get crews to even cut the grass. Cannot get paid down at the MLK on the street. You have a copy of this, Mr. Attorney?
I do not. I left it at the office.
Yeah, this is part of the grant.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get understanding. Finish reading all that sentence, what it says about it, to get to the bottom of it.
On which one?
1.11, page 2 of 8.
You want me to read it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, identify potential utility conflicts with the proposed project and assist the owner with coordinating with utility owners regarding potential utility relocations. Engineer will assist the owner to obtain necessary utility agreements.
Hold on. We are the owner, if I'm reading it, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
The owner of
That's
this-
the city. Go ahead.
To obtain the necessary utility agreements required by IDOT that are associated with the respective utility conflicts. This agreement does not include the design of any necessary utility relocations or providing construction drawings for utility relocations. This work would be the responsibility of the owner of the utility
Okay.
to be relocated.
So that would be whatever the utility, our cable like this.
Right.
So the city won't be out there money for that.
No.
All right, any other questions on
I'm
that?
not finished, Mayor. No.
While he's looking, we didn't make any adjustments to the side of the curb and stop any plumbing trucks, from coming down the hill and rolling into the river.
We forgot that.
That's on the right side.
Well, that truck's gonna have to be a little better to get around that round.
Yeah. Stop.
Right in front of there, 1.12, we're on the same page. At the bottom.
Advise owner of any adjustments to the latest opinions of probable costs caused by changes in the standard design requirements for the project or construction costs and furnish or revised opinion of probable costs based on final bid documents. Engineer cannot and does not guarantee the proposals, bids, or actual construction costs will not vary from opinions of probable project costs prepared by engineer.
So any increase, we still have enough money Is that correct? Without
I can't guarantee that, but we have a budget, that's budgeted per ALDOT standards to cover the cost
All
for
right,
this
what's the budget for that?
project. 1.5 million.
So what we have here? So you still have enough money to pay for it out of that fund?
Yes, that's per.
Is that the only, that fund, that's the only thing that can be used for the downtown? What about any other districts?
It can't be used in another district. It was specifically requested for this project downtown, and the next phase of the project would be South Main Street coming down out here. So none of that money can go to the other side of the river, just like when we redid all the pavings over there under a grant, Government Street and all of that. That money could not be spent over on the east side. Okay. Any further questions?
Mayor, I'm not finished. Will you let me finish, please, sir? Like to finish, we have a meeting. I'm trying to get an understanding, and you give me permission to speak. I would like to speak. On page 4 of 8, 3.8, which is way number 30.
So, starting at the top, owner agrees to provide engineer with complete information concerning the requirements of the project, perform the following services, to pay the engineer for additional services as may be required for the project as outlined in Article 2 of this agreement, or as modified by a written amendment hereto.
Additional service that still would be paid.
Anything that we request outside the scope of this document.
Okay.
So there is none to speak of right now.
Okay. Good.
You say we're good with it now?
No. What the answer they gave, excuse me, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, on page 5 of 8, 5.4.
The owner and engineer each is hereby bound in partners, assessors, executors, administrators, legal representatives, and assigns are hereby bound to other parties to this agreement and to the partners, assessors, executors, administrators, legal representatives, and said signs of such other party in respect of all covenants, agreements, and obligations of this agreement.
Okay, under this contract, I have, will there be any minority subcontractors?
I have no idea.
Well, I need somebody here to answer, because this is grant money that we got? Is it, I'm sorry, Mayor, is that correct?
Sir, I didn't hear you.
Is this grant money, since we're talking on the same money here, this is grant money for downtown over here?
It's an outlaw project.
Okay, under this, where we are in this phase now, will there be any minority subcontractors?
I don't think Goodwin Mills hires any subcontractors. They're gonna do all the engineering
Yeah, they should
themselves.
do all the work in-house.
Okay,
That would come in under the construction phase, once that's bid.
well, since they are the major contractor, whoever they subcontracted out to, I need to know, with this money, are there gonna be any type of,
This is for professional services, not for construction.
but when you start, they are doing that.
They won't make the decision, they won't make the decision about who gets the
It'll be
construction.
public, it'll be publicly
It'll be
bid.
publicly bidded, minorities can bid, just as well as anybody else can bid on that project.
State has a list as who can bid and who can't bid. If you're not on their list, you can't bid this project. So they have to approve the bidders. That got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see if I can get back to where we were. We had a motion. We had a second. We've had discussion now. All in favor of moving forward with this, giving this permission, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so this permission is granted to move forward with this engineering project. Then item 3 under new business is award a demolition bid for CDBG grant to the lowest bidder, and that bidder is Kahama Disaster, and issue a notice for them to proceed. Do we have a motion to move forward with this permission?
So moved.
Is that right?
Jones.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on this?
Mayor, can I speak? please?
Yes, sir. Feel free.
All of these that we have, now these, whoever's in charge, are they get notified that we're gonna do this, and we advertise to let the public know that these properties are gonna be,
We let the individuals know, we let all the owners know.
they have to go.
Yeah, they've been notified, they have been notified when it's gonna be done, and I've had several contact my office and say, you know, when are y'all gonna get this done? And, you know, right now we don't have a date unless y'all set a date, but usually it's done after the notice to proceed is done, but they will be notified.
On the CDBG money, even that I was in Washington, notice, I noticed here, a lot of CDBG money we get. One or two of these houses on here belongs to a few people. We always want to come out and beat them that were there in other cities. They use their CDBG money to help people in the city rather than to go in and tear down. Why we cannot take some of this CDBG money that's supposed to be for low income people? And the ones that are able to renovate the houses, can't we use that money to help them fix the houses up rather than tear them down?
This was a special grant
Okay.
just for cleaning up blight. And it was strictly to do, for this purpose was to
Demolition.
do
That's
demolition.
right.
And the thing is, all of these people were contacted, they've all agreed, they want us to take the houses down. The few that didn't agree, I think met with you, and y'all discussed other alternatives, and they worked that out, so
Thank
we're
you.
only doing 11.
I'm good.
It is.
I'm good. I feel, got it right down. Thank you for strict, try to help. Thank you very much. That's all I'm concerned about. That, you know, you sit in those meetings in other cities around us, up there, and they look at me like I'm crazy. Well, why y'all continue to tear down? That's what the money's for, to help fix up. So we used to do that. We started going in and cleaning up the neighborhood, and fixing people's homes. And it made better community.
They would have to find a grant for that particular purpose.
But they got theirs the same way we did on the CDBG money.
Okay. And there may be some out there, I don't
Well,
know.
CDBG is a community development block grant, and, you know, you can get them for different things.
Right,
So I think that is exactly the way the level was some years ago, 15 years ago. All of the work that was done in the level included a storm water grant too, to get the water out of that area. And they did take down some houses, they did rework some houses, but that was a CDBG grant that I think was closed out under Mayor Gold.
and Councilman, that's something that, you know, y'all could look into,
Right.
when the, have to renew the grant years, as to what particular grants are available, there may be something out there for y'all.
Thank you.
This also open up particular lots for redevelopment. Some of these are very nice lots.
Thank you. That's right.
Any other discussion on this? Okay. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so this bid has been approved and notice to proceed will be given. Thank you. Then item 4, permission to lease a plotter for development services and economic development. Who has that information? You have it?
Yes, this be for permission to enter into an agreement with Bernie Office Solutions to provide plotter, laser plotter. The cost will be shared between the building department and economic development department in City Hall.
Is that a monthly or annual?
There'll be, the lease will be for 48 months on a monthly basis.
All right, do we have a motion to grant this permission?
So moved.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this?
We do this on the first.
Was it budgeted, anything budgeted on this?
I know that before David left, we had been working on it.
I thought he had asked for that in his budget, but
Oh, okay.
I think he had it in his budget for doing this, so if council has approved the budget, they essentially approved this. Okay.
I'd like to say I appreciate, hard to say, Mr. Barrett's professionalism the first time here. It's gonna be hard for me, meetings we're supposed to say Mr. Barrett and Mrs. Robinson. It's kind of tough, but I really appreciate his professionalism. It's kind of hard for me not to say Justin. Appreciate the job you're doing.
I've heard him go worse than that. Okay, we have a motion, we have a second, we've had discussion on this, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that too has been granted. We'll check that and see if it was not in that budget thing, we'll just bring it back on the next agenda. Is that okay?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, we'll do that. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, we should adjourn.